Myanmar Army beheaded high school teacher. The decapitated body of a high school teacher was left on grotesque display at a school in central Myanmar after he was detained and killed by the military, witnesses said Thursday, marking the latest of many abuses alleged as the army tries to crush opposition to military rule. According to witnesses' descriptions and photos taken in Tong Miet village in the rural Magway region, the headless body of 46-year-old Sa Tun Mo was left on the ground in front of the school's spiked gate and his head was impaled on top of it. The school, which has been closed since last year, was also burned. Neither the military government nor the state-controlled media have released information about the teacher's death. Myanmar's military has arrested tens of thousands of people and been blamed for the deaths of more than 2,300 civilians since seizing power last year from the elected government of Aung San Suu Kyi. In September, at least 7 young students were killed in a helicopter attack on a school in a Buddhist monastery in the Sagaing region in north-central Myanmar. The military government denied responsibility for the attacks. The UN has documented 260 attacks on schools and education personnel since the army takeover, the UN Child Rights Committee said in June. Myanmar has been in turmoil since the military's February 2021 seizure of power was met by nationwide peaceful protests and civil disobedience that security forces suppressed with deadly force. The repression led to widespread armed resistance, which has since turned into what UN experts have characterized as a civil war. The army has conducted major offensives in the countryside, including burning down villages and driving hundreds of thousands of people from their homes, allowing them little or no access to humanitarian assistance. Myanmar's military has long been accused of serious human rights violations, most notably in the western state of Rakhine. International courts are considering whether it committed genocide there in a brutal 2017 counterinsurgency campaign that caused more than 700,000 members of the Muslim Rohingya minority to flee to neighboring Bangladesh for safety. The National Unity Government, an underground organization opposed to military rule that styles itself as the country's legitimate administrative body, opened a network of schools this year as an interim education system in parts of the country where it believed armed militias loyal to it were strong enough to defend themselves. Sa Tun Mo also taught mathematics at his village school and another nearby alternative school and was involved in the administration of Thit Nai Nong, where he lived with his family. He previously taught at a private school in Magway, also known as Magwi, for 20 years. Photos taken by his friend showed the teacher's body and head. An old campaign poster with Suu Kyi's photos covered the corpse's thigh. Fingers severed from his right hand had been placed between his thighs, according to the villagers. A three-finger salute is a gesture adopted by the country's civil disobedience movement, inspired by the Hunger Games series. On an outside wall of the school, which was partially burned Sunday by the soldiers, is scrawled graffiti with an ominous warning, "I will be back, you expletive who ran away."